Noses.
And my nose is so big.
Yes, I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late.
How romantic. History says Blake Lively's love life is more like a Hollywood script. She dated her Gossip Girl co-star Penn Badgley, auditioned for The Great Gatsby, and ended up in a whirlwind romance with Leonardo DiCaprio, and had sparks fly with Ryan Reynolds on the Green Lantern set while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson. Plus, let's not forget Ben Affleck. While working on The Town, Blake and Ben were rumored to be a little too cozy. Ben was still married to Jennifer Garner, but insiders from the set said Blake and Ben were acting like teenagers in love, baking each other treats and flirting like it was no big deal. So what if her history of on-set romances is tied directly to a shocking lawsuit? There are rumors about a rejected romantic advance toward actor Justin Baldoni and talk of a controlling relationship with her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Could there be deeper truths behind these whispers? It all started when they filmed a romantic movie together. At first, things were spicy, but by the end of it, the whole cast found themselves learning about domestic violence and their personal lives were falling apart. Finally, what started as a promising project turned into a total disaster. And honestly, there could still be more secrets hiding in all of this. People are wondering when exactly Blake decided to take control of the production and how things went so out of hand. The biggest theory to come out of this mess is that Blake actually fell for Justin while they were on set. Yes, she tried to drop some subtle hints also, but things didn't exactly go her way. The breakdown of this theory might just blow your mind, so wait for it. If you look at Blake's past roles, you'll notice she never really got super intimate with her co-stars, but she did it with Justin. This whole situation got even crazier when Blake brought up needing an intimacy coordinator for the scenes with Justin. But then Justin revealed their private chats, showing that she didn't even want to meet with one. In fact, she ended up playing the role of intimacy coordinator herself on set, taking control over how close she got to Justin. So when she said there was no intimacy coordinator available, it kind of felt like a tactic to regain control. Maybe because things were getting a little too real. Blake also pointed out that she's not like other actors who can just shapeshift into any character. A lot of people have said she basically plays herself in every role. And she sort of confirmed it when she said,
"You can't just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform." And I used to be very insecure about that. I used to feel like an imposter because I would watch actors who were just shapeshifters. They could do it in any circumstance.
She's saying that she's a different kind of actor. And in this case, she was really being herself on set with Justin. But maybe by being so authentic, things got a little too real in a way that didn't end well for her. To understand this, first you need to understand how Blake gets into a character.
Yeah, I mean, for me, wardrobe is the way that I enter a character. If I feel like I'm dressed different than me, or that I'm expressing myself through wardrobe, because it's the way I express myself, or who I want to sort of project.
Now, it's funny because sometimes the clothes she uses for her roles come straight from her own closet, which means she's kind of channeling herself into these characters. And then there's Justin, who has a totally different approach. He's all about the method acting. To really get into his role as Ryle, he started keeping a journal from Ryle's perspective. He even tried to relive the trauma Ryle went through. In the book, Ryle is supposed to be this super attractive guy, and some people think Blake might have seen Justin the same way. She's a big fan of romance after all.
Really love romance, and I love it as an audience member, and I love it in my real life, and I just really believe in romance.
She couldn't help but praise Colleen Hoover for writing the characters in a way that made her understand exactly what Lily felt for Atlas, and especially Ryle. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Blake's married, and she hasn't been in any super steamy roles recently. But then she took on this intimate, sensitive character just a few months after having her baby. That's a bold move, right? On the other hand, Justin was method acting on set, really diving into Ryle's complex character, which means whatever kind of chemistry Ryle had with Lily in the book probably carried over to their real-life interactions too. And here's something that makes you wonder. An old comment Blake made on one of Justin's workout posts resurfaced, and it's kind of telling. This was about 100 weeks ago, so around 2023 when they were both working together. Blake had just had her baby, and Justin posted a workout video. She commented, "Amazing, now try it pregnant." Justin replied, "You win." Some people think Blake was just being playful, trying to one-up him, but others think it might have been a sneaky little flirt. Either way, there was some kind of spark between them, even if it was all just in good fun. But later, Blake seemed to be trying pretty hard to steer the narrative in her favor. One example, she complained that Justin told her to dress more provocatively on set for her character. But Blake herself admitted in other interviews that she was the one calling the shots for her wardrobe and didn't even listen to the costume designer. It was actually Blake's idea for her character to wear some sexier outfits to make her more appealing in the film. Then there's the whole kissing drama. For a movie packed with romantic kisses, Blake accused Justin of holding the kisses too long. She also claimed Justin added more steamy scenes to the script than they had originally planned, but that turned out to be false. The truth? Justin asked Blake to rewrite some of those scenes with the intimacy coordinator, which she didn't like. In the end, she rewrote the scenes with Justin and even had her husband Ryan rewrite one of them. And then there's the breastfeeding incident. Blake said Justin barged into her trailer while she was topless and nursing her baby. But the receipts tell a different story. Blake had actually invited Justin over to run lines, even though she was busy pumping. Justin didn't immediately drop everything and run over either. He told her he was eating and would come by afterward. It's kind of hard to imagine how she twisted that into him barging in uninvited. Makes you wonder if she was trying to get back at him for not returning her romantic feelings during filming. Especially since Blake seems to have a pattern of falling for her co-stars. Makes sense? People are literally saying that maybe she started crushing on Justin during filming, but he wasn't feeling the same way. That kind of rejection can sting, especially for someone like Blake, who's used to getting what she wants. As a result, what we are seeing now is a big ego clash. But why is it such a big deal for Blake? Blake has had a privileged life. Her dad even bribed a choir director to make her the lead. With such a background, she likely never learned to handle rejection well. Plus, lately, Blake hasn't been involved in many projects. She's a mom of 4 with a busy husband, and the loneliness may have made her see the role in It Ends With Us, a romantic film with a love interest, as a way to prove she still had it. When Justin didn't respond as she hoped, things got awkward. Blake reportedly tried to downplay the situation, even implying Justin was overreacting. Her refusal to work with the intimacy coordinator and taking over the role herself also raised questions about her motives and whether she was trying to control the narrative. Ultimately, the situation turned chaotic. So, did Blake really develop feelings for Justin and get hurt by his lack of interest? Did her husband's actions amplify the drama? That's a big mystery, and it gets messier. There's talk that Justin once asked about her weight, and Blake took it as a sign that he wasn't interested in her. That stung, and when her husband found out, he reportedly showed up on set to confront Justin and throw a few jabs to set the record straight. That's the beginning of all these. Justin was even accused of making the work environment super uncomfortable with some alleged inappropriate comments. By December, things hit a boiling point. Blake officially accused Justin of harassment and claimed he, along with his co-producer Jamie Heath, tried to trash her reputation as payback. But Justin wasn't having it, though. As you already know if you are following our channel, he denied everything and even sued the New York Times for publishing a piece about Blake's allegations, calling it biased. Meanwhile, Blake doubled down and filed a federal lawsuit against him. Fast forward to January and things got really messy. Justin filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their PR team. He accused them of defamation and extortion, claiming they were on a mission to ruin him. Blake's team also clapped back, calling the whole thing desperate and saying Justin was just trying to silence her. And then Justin pulled a powerful move. He said he'd release private texts between him and Blake to prove his side of the story. Blake and Ryan weren't having it. They asked the court to put a gag order in place to stop him from leaking more stuff. But Justin's team called that intimidation, and Blake's lawyers shot back again, saying it was just about keeping things ethical. Ryan Reynolds is smack dab in the middle of it too. Justin claims Ryan basically acted as Blake's representative during meetings and even pushed for changes to a key scene in the movie. Things got even more heated when Justin's team leaked an unedited clip from the set. It was of a silent dance scene where Blake had accused Justin of dragging his lips down her neck. And this was the scene for this. Lily and Ryle slow dance in the bar, patrons around them drinking and watching sports, completely in their own world. But the video showed them joking around about spray tans and beards. It's like each side has a completely different version of what went down. Meanwhile, legal experts are out here saying, can't these two just settle this already? But others think this could drag on for a while. Justin's wife even chimed in, posting a sweet birthday tribute to him on Instagram, calling him the love of her life. It's like she's trying to remind everyone that he's still a family man in the middle of all this chaos. And of course, everyone's talking about how there wasn't even an intimacy coordinator on set for one of the movie's big scenes. As we said previously, Blake says she requested one, and Justin's team claims she didn't want to meet with one. Basically, another he said, she said moment to add to the pile. At this point, it's less of a legal case and more of a Hollywood drama playing out in real time. Fans, the media, and probably half of LA are just waiting to see what's going to happen next.